I don't think I ever thought about being 50 years old when I was younger. I knew I wouldn't stay young forever, but the intentional thought around what it would be like to be 50 years old never crossed my mind. Regardless, it's here. The big 50 is right in front of my nose. I remember reflecting on my life when I turned 40, but the reflection I'm going through now seems entirely different. Not only am I looking back at how I got here, but I'm also thinking about where I'm headed and how long I may have left. One thing is for sure, based on my family history, I have lived longer than I'm going to live. A couple of years ago, there was an app that morphed your face to show how you would look years older and years younger. I remember how popular it was on Facebook. After seeing my friends post their older and younger selves, I decided to give it a try. This was what the app created for my younger self. It's pretty close to how I actually looked when I was in my 20s. I think the only difference was that I was skinnier and my cheekbones stuck out a lot more back in them days. Staring at myself in my 20s, I recall what I was doing back then, what and who were important to me, what stress I was battling, and what I wanted to accomplish. As I look at myself now, facing 50, I am reviewing what I'm doing right now, what and who are important to me, what stress I'm battling, and what I want to accomplish. I'm also reflecting on how things have changed over the past 30 years, how I have evolved into the person I am today. My heart warms up with gratitude as I picture the faces of those who helped me become the father, husband, son, brother, and friend that I am today. Some of the things I set out to accomplish in my 20s came to fruition, while some have not, and some I'm still working on them. While I'm the same person, some of the core values I live by have evolved. So my perspective on life have become crystal clear, while some of my struggles still continue. Many new people have come into my life, while many have left. This is the picture the app created for my older self. I think I look about 70 in this picture. As I stare into my 70-year-old self, I'm both cautious and optimistic. If the last 30 years was a sprint of all-nighters, 80 plus hour work weeks, advanced degrees, taking risks, starting business ventures, starting a family, raising a family, and supporting a family, what would the next 20 years look like? What would I want the next 20 years to look like? How would I want to live the next 20 years? Of course, assuming that I am able to live 20 more years, as none of us really know when our time is up. I know the story I want to tell my 20-year-old self as the 50-year-old self. I wonder what the 70-year-old me would like to tell the 50-year-old me. You may not have the altered images of yourself as I do to help you visually reflect and project forward, but I would like to invite you to imagine for a moment What advice would you in 20 years give the current you to live the next 20 years wisely? Are you creating future regrets? Is there anything you're doing right now that you in 20 years would advise against? How about things you're doing right now that you in 20 years will be proud of? All of us were born with a birth date, but not an expiration date. We're blessed each day when we wake up with a promise of a brand new day. But there's no guarantee that there will be another. Time, truly, is our most valuable asset. Is your most valuable asset slipping through your fingers each and every day? How are you intentionally investing your most valuable asset to achieve your own definition of success? It's never too late to start building a strategic plan for life with your most valuable asset. Each day, you get access to a fresh batch of 24 hours to be either spent aimlessly or invested intentionally on what and who are most important to you and your life.